Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good, and I'm shuffling my cards straight away to get straight into a collective message so that I have more time with my caller if we get one through. Hopefully, we will. So I hope everyone's doing okay, and hope you got a good weekend planned ahead, or no plans, or whatever. Just doing what you want to do. I've got my first book signing event on Sunday. That's pretty exciting. A romance indie author luncheon. So yeah, nice wine and cheese, hopefully. Can't beat a good old glass of wine with some cheese. All right, here we go. Today's collective message is oh, we've got the Seven of Cups, we've got the Hangman in reverse, and we've got the Ace of Cups. Now, these three cards to me combined would signify that people are pondering their options when it comes to relationships or love, for that matter. Normally a relationship or friendship or someone close to you, given that it's cups, they're all about emotions and things like that. And with the Hangman in reverse, this could signify that people may be feeling a little bit rushed or impulsive around making decisions, particularly to do with new romance, because the Ace of Cups is here. And when the Hangman's in reverse, it's a gentle reminder to just pause for a moment and really stop to listen to that inner voice that's inside, because these two other cards are highly intuitive. The Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups are all about emotions and intuition. And sometimes with the Seven of Cups, you can get caught up overthinking stuff sometimes, and wondering about the what ifs, and wondering about the outcome, and as opposed to how things really are, overthinking stuff, as we all tend to do from time to time. And, when the Hangman's upright, it is very much about having that moment of pause, and sometimes feeling as though you can't make a decision. And that's okay too, because it does often mean that you haven't thought something through properly, or considered all the options, or sometimes it actually requires a sacrifice, letting go of something that you don't want to let go of. And that's exactly what, when it's in reverse, that's exactly what's happening, is that you may be feeling reluctant to let go of what you need to release from your life in order to fulfill some of these other emotions, or needs when it comes to relationships and friendships and things like that. And often that can be self-sabotaging behaviour. I mean, we all have these patterns sometimes that can be difficult to navigate through, especially when our emotions are clouded with, or our judgments are clouded with emotions. But the stars just come out next to this, next to these three cards. And that's a beautiful sign to always just go back within and remember your hopes and your dreams, and what is it that you really want, and remembering that the sky's the limit and you can have everything you want. And it's about, I guess, also working on yourself and healing yourself from past traumas, but not losing hope in things too. The star's a beautiful one for hope. It always comes out when there's a need for hope. And I always get this sort of dreamy feeling whenever I read with this card. It's a little bit like you have those inner childhood hopes and dreams, and they never really quite go away. As we grow up and we think to ourselves logically, no, that's not practical. It can't do that. Other needs come first, and often they do. Life gets in the way, but it's always still there, that little seed that's inside that, just gently reminds you to not give up on that hope, and then it's never too late to start something or start pursuing something. And I was actually going to bring this up in another show, but one time when I've often been quite open about my cards and my practices with my children. Actually, I'll leave that there. I'll talk about that in another show, because I've just got Susan on the phone here, and I wanted to be able to spend some quality. Hey, Suzanne, how are you, Suzanne? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm really great. How are you? What can I do for you this evening?
I'm just looking for just a basic reading, if you pick up anything, really.
Yeah, sure. No worries at all, Suzanne. I will give the cards a good shuffle, and I will ask them for some guidance on what you need to know. Does that sound okay? That's often a good one to ask when you're not really quite sure what you want to know? What do you need to know? How does that sound?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. And what this reading will do, okay, this may tap into some of the energy of your guides. It may tap into a loved one on the other side. It also will tap into what on a deep intuitive level you kind of already know. And what this reading will do is I guess shed a bit of light on that. Okay. So here we go.
Okay.
What does Susan need to know right now? Where things are going. All right, we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got the Five of Wands as your overall general energy. Um, so this would tell me, Suzanne, that I mean, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, this can represent one of two things. Okay, now, this could represent a part of yourself feeling a lack of inspiration or feeling as though you need to be doing more and having more fun and expressing yourself more or tapping into your creativity more.
Mm.
Okay, it can either mean that, or if it's not about you, this can represent normally a male in your life. Okay, they're not always a male, but they can be, a female with quite masculine energy. And when they're in
Mhm.
reverse, they've really got quite a narcissistic player energy about them, okay? Now, this could be someone in your close social circle. Being next to the Queen of Pentacles, I am kind of picking up that there, and the Five of Wands, that there's been a bit of conflict going on in your social circle. It could even be a family member, but someone normally close to you, because he's the Knight of Wands in reverse is right next to the Queen of Pentacles. Now, she would be representing your energy. I'm anticipating she's quite a nurturing, warm, caring, motherly figure who takes care of herself quite well on a material level and physical level. I mean, if you can see in the picture there, she's very beautiful. She's holding on to her pentacle because she's worked hard for everything that she has, and she's in a comfortable position in life. And she finds him quite frustrating because she's got her back turned on him. He's the Knight of Wands in reverse. Um, the Knight of Wands in reverse can often be quite triggering, especially with someone with her values, because she's quite solid in her values. And again, this is representing very much, I'm picking up your energy. And with the Five of Wands here, there's conflict because um, it's like everyone has their opinion on how something should be done, but no one's really agreeing. It's sort of a little bit like bickering for the sake of bickering, when ultimately everyone wants the same outcome. So I'm going to unpack this a little bit more for you in where things are going. I've got the Five of Cups here, Suzanne. Now this picks up on sadness and grieving energy, okay? So this could represent a fight with a loved one. It can represent a breakup. It can represent missing somebody who might have passed, okay? It's kind of got that grieving energy to it. And this, again, this card kind of taps into the energy of the star, where even though it might feel like all may be lost, it's not. Not all hope's gone, because there's still a cup upright in the background here. And well, she's holding on to it actually in this deck. In the other deck, there's one upright, the other deck that I read with. But yeah, and but she's not looking at it. She's sort of looking at all the negatives. Do you know what I mean? So this is a gentle
Mhm.
reminder to sort of try not to give up hope in whatever challenges and dilemma that you may have going at the moment with relationships or friendships, which is what I'm picking up on with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Do not give up hope, okay? Because here is the Ace of Swords. Now that this is going to be a new journey for you, Suzanne. You're about to embark on a new learning curve with something, and it's quite exciting because the Ace of Swords is all about a moment of enlightenment, and you're going to feel inspired to really pursue um, whether that's working on your knowledge on an intellectual level, enhancing your education or your skills, or your ability to really hone in on your communication skills, because it's a sword. Swords are all about communicating, logical thinking, and change and growth as well. And it's quite positive, really. So whatever's happened here with this whole Knight of Wands energy, as difficult as what it's been, it's going to bring you to, I would say, a lesson learned well, because this is going to open up new doors for you. And by the way, feel free to interrupt me at any time, because I do tend to get rolling along with my reading once I get into it. So are you happy for me to
Okay.
keep going?
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting. The whole thing is really interesting. I Yeah. So if I can just ask a quick question regarding
Sure.
actually everything that you've mentioned about the whole thing. Actually, is very interesting. Um, yeah. So just we're trying to get our son out here. He's been going through some troubles, and
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, we've had a few disagreements along the way, and but we want to know if it'll
Mhm.
all work out in the end for him, if he will end up changing his mind.
All right, let's see. I'll ask about the dynamics with your son, and we'll see what comes out. Got a couple of minutes left, so I'll try and get as much information out as I can. Just had a
Okay.
flyer. Okay, I've got the Five of Pentacles here. This one flew out, which would
Mhm.
signify some financial barriers. Okay, so that could be one of the barriers as to why he hasn't shifted yet. It's also showing some positive signs here in that he will receive the support that he wants. And I do see travel. Okay. The Six of Swords is a card about going on a journey. It can mean, literally traveling, relocating, or that can mean metaphorically going on a journey. And it does signify
Mhm.
that things are going to start to look up. Okay. So I would be saying at the moment, he's probably hesitant to shift where he's at because of
Mhm.
finances, because of a bit of a rut that he might be in financially.
Mhm.
However, with the Six of Pentacles there next to it, that shows that the support that he needs will come through. And yes, I do see movement here. I see him pushing on, jumping, and this is where it's going to be. Oh, I've only got 30 seconds. Sorry, left. Suzanne, you
Okay.
just keep pushing
Okay.
on. This is the Nine of Wands, and this encourages you to dig deep and find that final oomph to jump that last hurdle because you're almost there with it. Okay, I believe you've done everything you can to support him, and just extending that hand now and saying to him, reminding him that he can come to you for support is probably what's going to be the catalyst here for him to start shifting. Now I must go. I'm so sorry that I must have to cut that short, but everyone else, I will see you same time next week. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and thanks Suzanne for that reading.